Good evening, everyone. This is Professor Chisholm. I apologize. An event occurred that has sort of gotten me a little bit distracted, family related, so I apologize. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at what's needed for week 9. So life happens to me as well, right? All right, so someone did ask me about timing, but that's actually for week 10, and you're going to need to download, and I'm going to, when we get into XD, you're going to be looking for, you're going to download Toggl. Now, you may want to go ahead and download it right now so that you can play with it, so that you can see how it works. But for week 10, when you're doing your InDesign assignment, yes, you should probably go ahead and look at that because it's going to incorporate everything that you did in Photoshop and in Illustrator, and you're going to do this in InDesign. Notice that every time we start a new week, we have then a project from the previous program, right? So week 10, you're going to do an InDesign project, and you're going to use your creature from Photoshop and your illustration from Illustrator, right? Same creature, and you're going to create this InDesign. You're going to have this InDesign project that you're going to create. Now, with that, you're going to track it, because the bottom line is you need to be able to tell people what's it going to cost you to do something. So sometimes you may be time driven, okay? There's various ways. You can do a blanket fee, a set fee, just say, hey, I can do a logo for $150 or a business card for $150. That's a blanket set fee, right? But if you want to base it on time, then you need something that's going to help you with time. So Toggl is what you're going to be using for week 10. Now, if there's reference in week 9, I apologize. This was left over from the last time we taught the class, which was brand new last term. So that's why. So they made some adjustments. So let's go ahead and look at what's needed for week 9. We are in the last week of InDesign. And let's go ahead and look at this. So you've got a couple of videos that we're still in InDesign, and this is the final ones. And this is going to be talking more about text frames and text. And you're like, ooh, I wish we had this when we were working on the Moby Dick assignment, right? So you have paragraph settings, spell checking, tables, okay? And then they did a nice little video for Adobe Fonts so that you guys get a better idea of how to utilize that. And then, so what you're going to do, you just have 2 assignments this week. So you're going to create an 8.5 by 11 document with 0.75 margins, no bleeds, 2 columns with a 0.25 inch gutter. Choose the primary text frame option. Import the attached file, which above, into the frame. Be sure to remove the extra carriage returns at the end of every line when you import the file. So there's some cleanup here, guys, but you should get used to this because this is our job. At the end of the day, we have to pay attention to how the text flows and what it looks like. So you're going to create and apply the following paragraph settings. Justify the type with last line aligned to left, hyphens on, set the title and the chapter number to 18 point. So it says set the title and the chapter number to 18 point. Align the title by line and chapter to the center. Apply a baseline grid to the document. Make it orange. Start up at the top and use a 15-point increment. Check the spelling. But otherwise, the only thing that you're changing is the title and the chapter numbers are going to 18 point. But everything else, when you're doing text, you're typically, when you're looking at something, it's either between 10 point and 12 point. That's regular copy text, okay? So, for example, here's a sort of a header. It's bold, and it's also a little bit bigger. It's called visual hierarchy, right? So you want the eye to be pulled. That's why chapters, if you have a heading, it would be a little bit larger than the actual text, paragraph text, or the copy text. Copy text is usually 10 point or 12 point when you look at a publication, guys. So, but you don't make it 14 point. You don't make it 8 point. Okay, it's between 10 and 12. So this is So this is what you're going to be working on. That's your exercise. And then you're going to be, as always, do your question and answer. Now, please see if you can get ahead and make sure that you can download Toggl and start playing with it, because next week you're going to need it. When you work on that InDesign project, you're going to be timing how long it's going to take you to do that from beginning ahead. So don't get ahead, guys. You got to have, I want it to be realistic and honest in terms of how long does it take you to make those projects, okay? But certainly download Toggl, and so you can look at that in week 10 and get used to it, okay? All right, now if you have any problems, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to assist wherever. And as always, have a productive week and do great things.